Hi guys, Hasina here. Um, got to be creative today, so that's why my makeup is a little different and everything looks a little different today. I'll get to talk about that later at some other point. I'm not about that have makeup on, take makeup off, put more makeup on. First, I love makeup, but once it's on, it's on. So you get this today. Um, I wanted to just chat with you guys, what I always say, connect again. I don't even really have a particular topic. I have topics on the back burner, but nothing in particular that resonates from that list. I just really wanted to reconnect and share, my usual, a couple of thoughts. I hope they resonate with you. Um, Something that is coming to me today as I got to be creative. Um, when you take a break from being creative, or it's time to try something new, just realizing how much space to give yourself and how much understanding and gentleness to have for yourself. Um, I am kind of out of the rhythm of, doing certain creative projects and um, trying out new things creatively that I didn't realize how much energy it is needed for that and how that would affect me. Um, and to recognize that although it feels different, and maybe like for me it's um a lot of energy for me to use, that I'm not used to, that it's still necessary when it resonates as it does now. It's just that I didn't realize how much church bells. I didn't realize how much energy it would take and how out of practice I would be, and that I kind of would have to fight the subtle negative thoughts that I have about it. Just being surprised at myself that I don't have the energy that I think I'm supposed to have. The energy I have is the energy I have, and that is completely the appropriate amount. Um, just reconciling that with thoughts that don't match. Um, you know, and just honoring that. I saw a quote or a tweet or something that said, if you are an artist or if you are creative, however you choose to define yourself, you are that when you're not doing it, you are that when you are doing that, you are that when you're doing it quickly, you are that when you're doing it slowly, you are that when you take breaks, you are that when you don't take breaks. And just remember that that's who you are. And it's something I need to hear, it's something I need to remind myself of, and I'm certain that it's something you all, fellow creatives and artists, need to hear as well. And it's funny because I loved I love and do love to run. And that's one of the first things that was ever said when I, was in running groups, or I read like a running book or any advice, that when you are a runner, you are a runner. Once you do it, you do it. It's not over because you haven't done it in a while. It's not over because you don't do it as often. It's a part of you. And it's weird for me that was clear to me with running, but not so clear as an artist. Because I'm saying it's weird, but there's some understanding there because there's ego involved. There's anything that you put out where someone can say something about it. takes you out of yourself and can make you feel like you have to constantly be re-legitimized, you know, constantly prove, constantly say, look what I'm doing. Like, you know, I do music, I make things, and sometimes the hardest thing to hear from someone is when you haven't seen someone in a while and they're like, hey, what's up with the new music? And you're like, fuck, don't ask me that question. Because then you start feeling like, am I doing anything? Is it meaningless? I'm not moving at the pace I want to move. That's my, like, personally, that's my constant thought, is I'm never moving at the pace I want to be moving. So my video died for a second, so I lost my train of thought a little bit. But what I would think I was saying was that, you know, just really recognizing the cycle of being in a position of needing to, like, again validate what you're doing, and are you who you say you are when you're not doing it, and recognizing what your pace may be or lack thereof, and knowing that that's okay, and that it's not an easy process. You know, you don't wake up one day and it's okay. I think that you have to regular. I mean, if there are people out there who can do that, like, kudos, that's amazing. I don't have that skill. But you recognize that it's something you have to do on a regular basis. You have to say that to yourself, that you don't have the pace that you may want. Like, you know, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, one of my biggest things is just feeling like I don't move at the pace that I really, really, really would prefer, that I feel would make me feel more worthy, would make me feel more legitimate. And while I have those feelings, I recognize that still it's bullshit, you know? And when you create, and you're not less of a creative because you're not moving at whatever pace society tells you to do or makes you think you're supposed to be doing, because it's not real. You never know what's going on behind the scenes of what you see, and I'm certain there are some people who can do everything, but there are a lot who cannot, and then we just feel bad about it, and we don't have to. You do when you can do, and when you can't do, you don't do, and you respect it, and you honor it, and you don't shit on yourself. You're not lazy, you're processing, and by processing, you'll be progressing. And as much as it's in my heart, I truly believe in divine timing. The right time is the right time, and you cannot outdo the universe. The only time I question it is when I'm taking in too much outside noise. But you can't outdo the universe. So just honor your divine timing. Still do. That doesn't mean you don't do anything. That means you don't beat yourself up when you can't. Recognize the difference between laziness and honoring your pace. And that's a practice. And I'm not sure that's a practice that my phone keeps dying, so I'm gonna wrap this up. But what I was saying is that I don't think that that is something you ever master within your lifetime. I think it's an ongoing process, a necessary process. And just, you know, just remember that and I'm saying this for you, I'm saying this for me, I'm trying to say it out loud so it sticks. Just remember that It's for you. And that no one can take away what you do and the things that make you who you are and the artist and creative that you are. They'll try. You know, disempowered people do shitty things. They'll try. Sometimes they may not even know they're doing it. Some may not know why. They'll try. But that's not your problem. Continue, do, pace yourself. Stop, rest, start again. Stop, rest, start again. That's it for now. I hope you have a wonderful week. One love. Peace.